Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day. My name is Nurlida binti Muhammad Ali and today I'm going to present my research project which is using animation with text to improve reading comprehension among year 4 pupils. First and foremost, Zulita 2018 states that English language proficiency plays a significant factor in employability, especially in the era of globalization. It is also reported that Malaysian students have problems in approaching their academic reading text. At the same time, Munde stated that pupils face various challenges outside the academic environment due to reading deficiency. So what we can understand from these statements are first, English language proficiency is very important to survive in this era of globalization. And the second one is Malaysian students have problems in their academic reading text. So for this action research study, animation is combined with text, AWT, to improve reading comprehension among young ESL learner. Okay, what is animation? According to Park and Gittelman 1992, animation can be defined as a series of graphics that change over time and or space. Okay, from the research done, the issue that I have found first is pupils have difficulty to understand what they read, and the second one is pupils easily get bored during reading activity. Consequently, these issues causes pupils to become uninterested to read when they struggle to understand, and their cognitive load actually increase at that moment. Next is research objective. The objective of this research is to improve reading comprehension during reading activity by using AWT. For the research questions, the first one is, does AWT improve pupils' reading comprehension during reading lesson? And the second question is, do pupils find AWT effective for their reading comprehension? For review of literature, there are 3 literature reviews that I have found. The first one is Cognitive Load Theory by Sweller, who states that learning material and instruction should be designed to reduce cognitive load, meaning to say that when the cognitive load is reduced, it is easier for learner to understand and compute information. Meanwhile, for multimedia learning by Mayer stated that comprehension and retention are better when words and pictures are presented continuously rather than isolated from one another. This is actually in line with my intervention, which is animation with text. And then the next literature review is Multiple Intelligence by Gardner. According to Gardner, students possess different kinds of minds and therefore learn, remember, perform, and understand in different ways. Basically, he means that different learners have different learning styles. Okay, next is research implementation. For research implementation, there are 2 lesson plans that I have designed, which are conventional lesson plan and intervention lesson plan. For conventional lesson plan, I use traditional paper-based reading text and carry out pre-tests. And for intervention lesson plan, I use my intervention, animation with text, or AWT, and after that, I carry out post-tests. The reason of carrying out pre and post tests is actually to measure pupils' understanding based on the strategy used in each lesson plan. Next is data collection. For data collection, I use triangulation method, which consists of 2 types of methods, which are pre, post test, and interview. For pre and post test, I use test items to measure effectiveness of intervention. And for interview, I use interview protocol to find out pupils' response towards the intervention face-to-face. The results or the data from pre and post test will be answering my research question number 1, which is, does AWT improve pupils' reading comprehension? And the data from interview will be answering my research question number 2, which is, do pupils find AWT effective for their reading comprehension? Okay, now let's look at research findings that I have collected from the instrument. Okay, for pre and post test, as we can see from the frequency table, pupils actually scored higher marks in test 2, especially for participant C, where he actually scored significantly higher marks in test 2, which is 65% compared to test 1, 20%. And then for the pupils achievement level in terms of grade, we can see that more pupils increase their grade, which is grade A and grade B. More pupils are getting better grade. As for grade B, from 2 pupils in test 1 increased to 7 pupils in test 2. This shows that more pupils are getting better grades in test 2 compared to test 1. As for the interview, there are 3 themes that has emerged from the thematic analysis conducted. And the theme with the highest frequency is understand better with 38%. This shows that animation with text has helped pupils to understand better. Next is implications of this research. Okay, firstly, AWT has improved the reading comprehension ability, and it brings more enjoyable experience for the pupils. Hence, it is fun and meaningful reading for them. Fun means that AWT is enjoyable. Meanwhile, meaningful means that AWT help them to understand better. Okay, for the weaknesses, AWT that I use, the way that I use AWT cannot cater to pupils' different reading pace because different pupils have different reading speed. Some pupils is fast, some pupils are slow. Hence, it is difficult to cater to individual pupils. And the second weakness is limited LCD projector at school, because we know that some schools are not well equipped with LCD projector. Like my school, they have 2 projector only. So it is difficult for teachers to actually implement AWT when the facilities is not available. Next, recommendation. Okay, the recommendation that I'm going to explain here will actually solve the weakness or solve the problems that I have mentioned just now. Instead of using LCD projector to present AWT in front of class, future research can be done by using computer room, where pupils will have personal access on the AWT. Consequently, they can watch the AWT according to their pace, as well as have full control on discovering and understanding the text, as they can pause or replay the AWT as they want. For conclusion, in conclusion, animation with text improve pupils' language learning in reading comprehension ability. They were able to understand reading text easily with the help of animated graphics and text. It also encouraged pupils' participation and promote their interest in learning. Hence, it has answered both my research questions. For me personally, conducting this research is actually a valuable experience for me because I learned the systematic way of conducting research, and this research has actually helped me to improve my teaching practice for my future career.